Hi ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Genshin Impact. Today we're going to be breaking down everything in terms of news for Genshin, just to kind of consolidate it so it's not like a sea of content of videos that maybe don't possibly need to exist, because it's an event that's kind of just like a little that. So there is a new event, and we're going to be covering info on the new updates, fishing. There's also a cool thing where we can actually see Aloy for the first time, except you could, it was just weird, it was on PlayStation's kind of thing. Regardless, we're going to be covering a lot of stuff today, but let's start with the new event that's I'm a little late, but it's happened, okay? But yeah, there's a new event. I think it's called the Phantom Flow event. It's kind of like given to us as like shadow boxing slash, it's just another kind of place where we can kill enemies, and then they give us a tremendous buff so that we can even easier kill enemies, which is fine and good for people who haven't had built teams yet, can actually rev up to do that. But yeah, it's just as simple as kill the enemies, knock them dead, and get some primo gems. The good news is that for people who really do want a ball-crushing hard experience, there is a challenger mode to it, which only gives you enhancement ore, very small amount of enhancement ore, but still something. It's although the good rewards are at the top in the easier done one than the other. But yes, basically, yes, that is it. Boom. Boom. As of rewards, it's just primo gems and honestly Mora. You're predominantly going to be doing this if you're low on Mora, but there is some primo gems, so take that with what you will. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, now we're in the current actual existence of where I am in this, what? We're here. We're here. So with 2.0 came a lot of news. One of the things being basically top-ups on your Genesis crystals. Which basically, if you buy them for the first time, they will give you double the yields. It is still an abundant. You can spend $80 in this game and barely, I don't even get a 10 pull, or I don't even think you get a guaranteed 5-star. So that's a lot. It's a full price game and then some, and you're not even guaranteed a character that you potentially want. Yeah. But if you, who knows? The one thing that is important is Genesis crystals are a 1-to-1 comparison to primo gems. So yeah, just do the math in your head. You probably won't like what you see. Regardless, Genesis crystals though might be used in the future to buy things like cosmetics. So if you feel like you might be in this kind of in-between status of like, shit, I didn't like jeans, but if they ever upload Zhongli's hoodie, or like white hoodie with his ponytail coming out looking badass, and it's got Geo hands, if they ever release that, fuck, I'll have to go for it. So, you know, if you don't have those top-ups, I would say do everything below 20, and then fuck off, and even then, probably don't. Like, again, that was my biggest regret in Genshin, is I wish I would have just done the Welkin Moon from the beginning and maybe got a couple season passes or battle passes and then never spent anything on Genesis crystals, because I do all the events, and yeah, it's just, yeah, that'd be my advice. But if you want to spend anything below 20, I don't think is the most egregious thing ever, but it is still in the realms of people who are light spenders can do that, I think, but who knows. Regardless, I don't know what I'll do yet. I haven't decided. Regardless, the whole point of that thing was to tell us when it was going to be taking place. Yeah, I think as soon as 2.1 drops, that's when it'll be added. So if you do not you get the reset bonuses, you won't be able to technically get them again. But yeah, like I said, it's not like you're getting a ton. It's not like you're getting more. It's a 1-to-1 comparison, Genesis crystals to primo gems, which is sad. Here we go. Oh my god, look at her. She's looking absolutely perfect. Although, goddamn, you loud as shit. Anywho, that is the loudest thing ever. But yes, this is the floating world under the moonlight, aka Ball and Sarah's banner, as well as the weird mermaid girl, who people keep telling me is going to be insane, like I said, but also is going to be weird. That's character where I'm like, you know what? If I get goofed on or if I get surprised, I'm not upset. But as of right now, I'm not interested. And even if she's cracked, I probably still won't be interested anyway. Let's scroll down as we tend to do. Slash, and there she is, looking absolutely crazy. Man, that's some big ass thighs. Anyways, Raiden Shogun, baby. Her Excellence, the Almighty, who promised the people of Inazuma an unchangeable eternity. Honestly, I don't know how many of them are like, yes, please, I want that. Anyways, boom, if we click this, we can see her skills, baby. Boom, we already kind of went over this, but massively huge. Again, the Raiden Shogun, the thing that the main draw is that she is a support DPS kind of player, almost in every way. Kind of just amplifying your damage as well as giving you the ability to do more damage with your characters, as well as giving her being a burst character. So if you get this character, I feel like, and you fully build her, you would fully invest in her, which is going to take some time because you can't get access to resources and pre-prepare like other characters. If you get this character, I feel like it will make characters down the line that are burst supports, or if you happen to have a lot of burst supports like Yoimiya, Hu Tao, or Xiao, this is a character I think is going to be really nice to play on the off time, and also will just benefit kind of everybody, you know? Anyways, her E is looking absolutely perfect, and again, her alt is just the ability to unleash and deal a good bit of damage. We still don't know if it's a good bit of damage, or if it's just kind of like, okay, I mean, it's the same as like maybe Hu Tao, but my fear is that they're stacking. I talked to you guys about it before, but anyways, cool. We'll see if everything stays the same with her. We got Sara. Oh, wait, like, why did they do this? Sara's on the same, weird. Sara basically does a mass AoE kind of damage, but then it's over, and it's on a pretty hefty cooldown even still. The good news is that that's not what she's trying to do. Sara seemingly has a nice charge attack ability, and she'll put down feathers or something and collect feathers and amplify your attack whilst you activate her E or alt. It's basically, think of her like a Bennett, it seems, like kind of character who has, instead of the ability to heal you and the ability to give you bonus attack, she has to build up stacks to build up a better attack. It kind of seems like that. Not that she's not going to be good, just that I think people are saying like she's going to be the next best thing ever. And I'm just like, well, guys, Bennett's good because you don't even need to do anything. Do you understand? Like, you just hit alt and then you stop. You profit. You don't need to like weirdly run around and like play the character, which I feel like is a negative because you want to play your main DPS that has a bunch of fucking teeth to tear into enemies with. But alas, I digress. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully she's as fucking nuts, busted, and crazy as everyone else says. But yes, Sara, a general from the people, although her actions and soldiers, horrific, awful people, nightmare shit. She seems like less awful, but still pretty shit, because you're doing all of the things. I don't know how they're gonna do a 180 on the Raiden Shogun, just fucking wrecking lives and shit. Anywho, probably friendship. Most definitely friendship. And then we got the mermaid girl, who I can never remember her name. Kokomi? Okay, well, that's not that hard to remember. I don't know why I just say no every time I see her, but basically, she has 0% crit rate. They tanked her crit rate by 100% for 25 healing bonus. Yes, that seems imbalanced to me as well, but I'm sure she's going to be stats-wise just nuts, because I feel like they kind of have to do that. But yes, as you can see, she puts down a little octopus that seemingly pulsates with wet status and I think heals you. She has this cool veil similar to Razor that can heal you, as well as buffs up your attack and charge attack and all that fun stuff. I think this character is going to be one of those characters where they just scale up everything around them to be really good. I do think there is an intrinsic problem within Genshin right now where there is no point for overhealing. This is one of the reasons why Chi-Chi is ass. It's because she just does incredible healing. Now, even if she does healing in DPS, unless she can out DPS at DPS, I don't know why you wouldn't just choose a healer that you can heal with outside of using them to heal. Like, so Barbara, you have to literally use her E and then actually cast with her to heal your whole team. Why not just throw down a Benadryl and be able to have attack and to heal in abundance? That's my point. Is that there's if it requires you to play and attack, that's to me less spicy. Anywho, but yeah, that's the characters looking cute. This is the other thing. This is the weapons. Still aren't going into what these weapons are, but is presuming a ball is going to be about like being a burst character, and most people are going to want to get access to her burst ultimate. It seems like this would allow you to do that. So energy recharge, ideally with her new set, because it just seems like that would make sense if maybe possibly things worked out in the way they did. Anyways, grass cutter looks great. Will not get it because it's weapon banner. Do not get it. Do not get this either. But I'm assuming it's going to be great for the one girl. Don't get it. Gah. If it gives you a healing bonus, I think it's going to give you scale of HP, I think. Regardless, but these, ladies and gentlemen, this is the big pooba. Okay, so we got this one, the Sea Lord, and then we got the catch. Okay, so this is why people are saying that Ball Well, it might be the same situation that Yoimiya had, where it seemed like every ball was in her court, but because every ball was in her court, everything else was nerfed because otherwise she would just be insane. But I think they scaled her down too much, but whatever. Regardless, yeah. Maybe possibly Ball scales with her E and her alt or whatever, and maybe possibly this right here, this weapon, the catch, is going to be absolutely massive in terms of buffing up your E. It might also have like a similar effect to Festering Desire, except instead of your skill, it's your burst. But also scales off energy recharge, and seemingly is just a really, really good pick for, of course, Ball. But yeah, I digress. It seems like, again, if you're just getting into the game, I think Ball could be a good choice because it seems like there's a free weapon alley-ooped towards you, as well as it's a nice character that can always seemingly be relevant just because she's going to be a burst DPS kind of character, or a burst support DPS, everything in between. When it comes to dealing damage with a unit, she dips into everything, albeit maybe not as well as others. As of this fish thing, I've heard y'all talk about this fish thing. I gotta look into it because I don't get it. People said that it might actually be a viable weapon, and I'm just like, really? In like a DPS way? That's actually like wildly good, but it's not a main DPS weapon. It maybe possibly will affect your burst damage, so your alt, so any Claymore character that has a alt that hits relatively hard, will Razor be able to dip into this to some extent? Regardless, it may summon a tuna that does a lot of AoE damage and really buffs up your attack. But who could use this? Xingyan, maybe? Rocker Girl, maybe? Just use her alt and just shred things? Would Bido work with this? No. Do you think this would work with Bido? That'd be so weird. If you're using Bido's alt, which theoretically is a burst element hit, not only would it scale up her damage, but it would also give you a chance to deal like 100% more damage and summon a fish. That's just wild. That worked the way that, goddamn. That shit is crazy. Anyways, we also have Senora looking absolutely great. I do wish they would have not showed us this because it looks like a complete and utter spoiler. I wish they would have showed us just like a piece, maybe like a side of her face, just to show like, some shit's happening. But unfortunately, yeah. But Senora, the 8th of the Fatui Harbingers. Okay, so you see, I heard somewhere where like I thought Senora was the 2nd like best Harbinger or something like that, but I guess not, which maybe makes sense. But yeah, weird. I wonder how she'll be, basically. We also got new bosses around, of course, because of course, why would they want us to be able to prepare for other characters? So yes, we're gonna have to farm, even if you have all the crystals, all the everything, you're still gonna be share our luck with this. But there's this boss which is going to be relevant if you're going for Ball. This is the resource that you can drop, so do not waste time farming the Electro Cube. It's not worth it. You might as well just farm him and get the shards and get the things, you know, save your resin for here. But I realize you can't exactly unless it's fragmented. But yeah, what do you want from me? Doing the best that I can. I'm a little annoyed that I can't pre-prepare either. But yes. Also, you can't even pre-prepare for her level up ascension because it's not, the island's not here to get the material, which sucks, but I digress. And then these are the events, the various events that we're going to be experiencing. There's fishing, which again I think is going to be how you're going to be getting the special, seemingly good, although it is a support Claymore, it seems. Claymore, it's a fish weapon, but yes, this is I think is how you're going to be getting it. It's cute little mini games with fishing, love that. The second one is going to be, so this is where I'm not sure about. This is where I have heard nothing, but people keep talking about the year anniversary and like there may be banners that are coming back. I don't know if that's dead in the water now that they've kind of addressed that they're giving us like a year anniversary 10 wishes, which is disgusting. It's so low in terms of what we're getting, but anyways. With that being said though, Mahoya's always kept their cards pretty close to their chest when they can to some extent. So like Hu Tao we didn't know about until she was coming. Oh, we knew about, but we didn't have confirmation that she existed, and then she came out pretty goddamn quick. Anyways, so there's still basically what I'm wondering, just to reset, what I'm wondering is, will Mahoyo still do like the Ganyu rerun, the Hu Tao rerun for the year anniversary to make a shit ton more money because everyone will jump back on in, and to me it would make sense for them to release Ball, have everyone go nuts for Ball, and buy up, and then maybe towards the end or the halfway point of the banner, Then they start releasing like Gone Use, and they have these test runs, and you guys can see that like what do you call it? Xiao is there, I believe Hu Tao is there at some point. So there's like a bunch of characters that you could test and have fun with. There's Gone Use, you know, so there's all of those characters. So I feel like possibly they might be like, okay, well, you know, like this is our way of like, if we are gonna go and do banners, this is a way for you to test these people at their best. So to further entice you to buy, of course. And then we have this one. It just seems like it's another excuse for us to explore the islands, which are going to be new. And yeah, it seems like an event catered to that. And then these are always fun. I wish those would stick around though, where you can actually like command your forces to go to certain places and to get primo gems. Or maybe condensed resin if there was a random chance to get that as well. That would be amazing. But yes, very, very cool. Love it. Yes, and we've got a bunch of new islands again. They're not really going over the other content, such as like, you know, but is this a latter half? So are we getting all that other stuff first and then we're getting this part? So this is gonna be like the second half of 2.1. Oh, I guess that does make sense, because theoretically in this thing we're going to be wrapping up or like kind of harmonizing what happened with Inazuma, and then we're going to be like putting it to rest to some small extent, and then we're going to have an excuse to come back to good old Leeway and kind of not just sleep on that. And then what's next after that event? We got it's like kind of like, it seems like it's the same thing that they did for Inazuma with Baido, where you just have a bunch of weird cool mini games to complete. Seems pretty chill. And then the last one is what? What the hell is this? I think this is the subtext. So like this is the whole thing that's going to be going on in the background of the second half. So it does seem like that's going to be the play. I could be wrong though, but it does seem like we're going to be getting Ball. We're going to be getting Ball and a couple new characters, or Ball first and Sara. Then we're going to be getting a couple new islands from Inazuma. We're also going to be getting the weapons, of course, or at least the first weapon. And then we're going to be having the quest line that has to do with Senora, so probably do the quest, main quest as soon as you possibly can. That way, you can make sure you can get this weekly event done, because this is presumably the new level up ascension material for talents for Ball and Komio, something like that. And then we're going to have these events. And then I think the second half is going to be this, which is going to be basically a harmonization of all three of these events kind of taking place. Exploring Leeway again, getting some chests, decompressing after the crazy amount of content presumably we're going to have. And yeah, that seems like what we're going to be doing for the next couple weeks, my friends. All in all, pretty excited, pretty hyped. Can't wait, frankly. Although, man, when it comes to like the Raiden Shogun, like I've prepared like absolute madness for Yoimiya. And I'm still like missing 2-3 artifacts just because I can't get a goddamn attack artifact to save my life. But anyways. But I can only imagine how much that is going to be exacerbated when I can't pre-prepare, at least like making them 90-day ones, so that I can start focusing on artifacts or whatever. Good news is that I think I got some pretty good artifacts for her because farming for Yoimiya. Real quick before I fully decompress you, and we start winding down, I forgot we had this as well. Basically, we got fishing on fishing, just some general news. Again, simple as make bait. Boom. Make bait, various baits probably give you various different fish. Classic fishing. Make bait, select a fishing pole. I wonder if we have to craft it. I hope not. Select the appropriate bait on the fishing pole. Boom. Ready to go. Cast your line. Pop. And keep track of the fishing progress. Can't we just jump into the water and get the fish though as well? Weird. Anyways, maybe we don't like get the special fish theoretically, which makes less sense. I feel like if you were able to grab a fish with your bare hands and then grab a fish with a hook and rip it out of its mouth, there's one is higher odds of it dying. Anyways, keeping track of your fishing progression by doing this, playing the minigame, cute. Fishing points. Okay, so this is where I'm not sure about it. It says, if you see a ripple in the nearby water body, this means that this is a fishing point. Get closer to the fishing point and interact with it to start fishing. Oh, so you can't just fucking huck a fishing pole thing into the thing? That's some bullshit. Okay, well anyways, that's a little annoying. Each fishing point will be refreshed every 3 days. Why such a long timer? Mahoyo is hellbent on you just not playing a video game. Just like, no, you want to fish? Get fucked with that. And he's like, I just wanted to play. I'm sorry, I was done exploring. I'm tired of exploring. Also, unless they add some sort of hella worth to fishing, I just don't get it. I'm sorry, as much as I'm trying to help and explain this, I just am lost. It's like them being like, we added a garden. And it's like, can you fucking sell the fruit or something? Or what is happening? I can just fucking run around the map with the Genshin map and just get like a 60, 100 fucking of any plant ever, except for a couple that are specifically unique. And the seed collector can only hold 20 fucking seeds. What kind of, so we have a dimensional rift where we can put massive amounts of objects, but a box, we can't get a fucking eighth of the space to put seeds. Feel like I'm on just in crazy land. Anyways, different water bodies contain different fish. While preparing the fish, you can view specials that can be found. Yeah, so I think there's going to be a weird fishing thing where it's like, if you want your Serena Teapot Pond to have the most rare and beautiful fish, then get after it. And I'm like, okay, sure, this is what I meant by endgame. Okay, so yeah, each fish, I think it just helps you attain the fish that you want from the given area, which is interesting. Yeah, it gives you puffer fishes and all that stuff. I think I just want just puffer fishes. Just all thick boys, bubbly boys, living their best life. Oh, here we go. Here we go. You can exchange the fish you catch for various fishing rods and accessories in each region. Okay, is that it though? Like there's, okay. So like, can we give them Mora and then give them fit? None of that. Okay. So it's just like, it's just another one of those things where we give them the stuff and then they are done. They are useless forever. I don't mean to be negative. It's just, you know, it's just one of those things where it's like, I feel like this is an undersight, but you know, yeah. Side note, look at the catch. The catch is apparently in Inazuma's special little thing. So we're going to need a fish in Inazuma and maybe leeway. Fuck Mondstadt. Apparently it's got nothing. I think it gives you bait or some nonsense. Anyways. Okay, yep, and they fish and they bites and then it just fucked off actually. It was not okay. It's not okay with it. So yeah, you just keep it in the wiggle room and that's seemingly it. And yes, and then you just back and forth and you eventually get your fish. Awesome. Apparently you can fish in Dragon Spine. Cute. Yes. Oh, also they added a thing. You can put down more fishing hooks in the map. Cool. I don't know why you wouldn't just use the Genshin map and not clutter your map, but okay. Oh, here we go. You can exchange catched fish for fishing in such various regions. You can also just turn them into meat. Yeah, I was about to say. So again, it does make sense to me why we could just jump into the water, grab a fish, and that's somehow less intact than hooking it in the fucking mouth and ripping it out of the goddamn sea. Have you guys ever de-submerged yourself from water? It's like a lot of weight on your body and you're just fucking yoinking this thing with the fucking gugh. At the Inazuma Fishing Association, travelers can exchange for fish for the catch pole arm, and I imagine this is the various upgrade material to upgrade this to be even just absolutely better. Also, we can see that it increases your elemental burst damage, and again, Ball is a polearm user, and also she probably will scale off energy recharge with the new artifact set, so this is like a signed, sealed, and delivered weapon for you. But we've yet to see, you know, how everything will pan necessarily out. Because, yeah, who knows what your stats are, who knows how many stacks you need to get in order to make it good, and all that stuff. But, yes. And lastly, you can put fishies in your thing. It doesn't seem like there's many in there, but yes, I think I'll just put a bunch of pufferfish in there, and, yep, people will judge me and think, you're bad at fishing. Meanwhile, I'll have all the shit, and I'll just be like, I just like pufferfish. What do you want from me? Ladies and gentlemen, I'll probably just cut my outro here, because I already made it. I'm so here. Don't even look at me. I've never been here more in my life. Okay, so they didn't show us this. Okay, so I don't know why, but they're just hell-bent on just us not seeing this. Forgive me if it looks ass. But yeah, this is Aloy. Aloy looking pretty damn cool. It looks okay, I'll be honest. It's kind of just fine. But yes, so that's Aloy. Man, she's got like she got a very high level of makeup here. Look at this smoky eye. Look at that. Look at that goddamn eyeliner game. On crack. Okay, absolutely massive. So yes, you guys can see here that she does have, I think, a tier 2 charge attack. Let's see. Show me the money. Yeah, so she seems like she attacks quite slow, but see, yeah, she has a charge attack just like everybody else. But this is the big Pooba, so she just, her E, it seems like it just throws a cryo grenade. And yes, but it also puts down little fuel cells. And yeah, so it puts down fuel cells, and you can just suck those fuel cells up. Or that might be her burst ultimate, her ult. No, this is her burst ultimate, right. So yeah, basically, she just throws around bombs. So you know how Horizon Zero Dawn and the iconic bow, the iconic spear weapon, the iconic stapling someone to the ground kind of thing? No, plasma cells. Yes, that is what her character is based on. Yes, I know, jazzed. Just actually, she does look cool. She does look like a good, like, the worry was that she was going to be a very, very support base, but no, she does look like she can possibly be like a main DPS slash a secondary DPS. So that's for a free character, for a person who's like, yeah, I don't have any character that can really be the tip of my spear. It sucks. She looks like she can kind of be that way. Here's hoping she'll actually have a bite to her, because that's a thing. Who knows? It does seem like she kind of revolves around like sucking up these cells. So you guys can see right here that when she uses her E, she throws a cell, does some nice damage. There's these little cell fuses here, which I believe scale up her damage, so you want to pick those up, or it might scale up her ult. To be honest, I haven't looked too hard into Aloy. And also all my information is super sketched out anyway, you know what I mean? Yeah, don't even look at me. Anyways, but yeah, she looks very cool. I like her character design. I don't know how people can say that she doesn't look pretty goddamn badass. She got that smoky eye, she got the fucking badass braids and shit, looking animalistic as hell. Love it. Love it. Viking and shit. Anyways, but alas, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in as well. As well as hopefully you're excited for the future of Genshin. Again, I'll say it personally, especially with the last event we just did. I feel like I asked my stream this, and a lot of you guys kind of seem like you were in the same boat-ish as me, where you're just kind of at peace with Genshin right now, but you're not necessarily like hyper I don't know what the word is, like hopeful, excited, and a lot of that comes from just me wanting some endgame, just wanting anything to do, because the events feel like I'm just doing them to get the primo gems, and I know a lot of you have just been like, you were there for a long time, like you are where I am at currently for a long time, where you're just trying to get the primo gems and then you're leaving because you're just like, it's just killing enemies. I don't want to fucking run around the map. Because, yeah, I think a lot of us want an endgame, and events should be like this fun thing that makes you excited and has good rewards that are unique and makes you excited. But I feel like a lot of us are kind of just like, yeah, man, I just feel like it's like I'm just getting primo gems so that I can get another character, so that I can level them up for 6 months and hopefully get okay stats, so then I can get more primo gems. Like, if that's the cycle, you know what I mean? Whereas if the cycle was, I do all that, but then I have a character where I can go and mess with endgame content that actually feels satisfying and feels like I'm progressing, and maybe they buff up a co-op content in the game so that you feel like you can hang out with your friends every Friday or Saturday or Sunday or whatever, and kind of create this community. Maybe they introduce clans. All that stuff is what a lot of us are waiting for, and it just seems like at this point, I'm not sure if we're ever going to get it, which is why I say I am at peace. I'm not exactly hopeful. I'm not exactly disappointed. I'm just at peace and waiting patiently for a game to do the things that I desperately want and need to some extent for it to do. Let me know what you guys think about Genshin. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you do enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for putting out with me, and goodbye.